All right, NAMILCO Roraima Bikers Cycling Meet set for Caricom Day. And I think it's the 8th annual cycling race. We have here Mr. Brian Allen, President of the Roraima Bikers Club, Mr. Navin Ketwaroo, accountant. You know, we bringing the men on the programs tonight, the men that, you know, handle the dollars, NAMILCO, and Mr. Afeez, you know, more known in the boxing circles, right? Marketing consultant, NAMILCO. Gentlemen, good evening. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Good evening.
All right. Let's go to Mr. Allen, President. Oh, no, you're the President of the cycle club.
This is my 6th term.
6th term, and this is the 8th annual.
8th annual.
So how this partnership came about?
Actually, this partnership started some years back between Mr. George Humphrey, who is now the patron of the club. At that time, he was the president of Roraima Bikers, and Mr. Bortsukai, who is now the CEO at Flour Mill. But because of the relationship as a baker he had with that club,
yes,
the relationship started here, and since then we have grown into very closely in the
Bakers Club. Right.
He was the president of that club at that time.
So how this annual cycling event has helped the Roraima Bikers Club?
Well, it has helped Roraima Bikers Club and more so cycling in the whole.
Good. How?
Right now, Roraima Bikers Club has on board most of the leading cyclists, and it's because of sponsors like NAMILCO we were able to get this. We have
we got it using the products.
Using the products is one, and the kind of sponsorship you get and the race that you're providing helps the guy a lot. Roraima, NAMILCO has always been behind us, and you would find, and you're invited, I mean, extend a personal invitation here to you to come there on Monday and witness this sort of relationship we have there with these people. It's not just a sponsorship, athletic relationship. It's more kind of family knitted thing.
So what's the route?
Well, we start at 8 o'clock Monday morning, and we will start out at the compound of the Flour Mill. But the actual race actually starts at Two Brothers gas station. We just start out there, and we go up to Long Creek on the Lennox Highway and return back to finish here. There's approximately 65 miles. That distance would be covered by the juniors and seniors. The veterans, the females, and the mountain bike riders, they turn back at the junction of the Suicide Highway and the East Bank Public Road, and they come back to the same place to start, and there is about 36 miles.
36 miles.
So we have 5 categories involved here. And we don't have much females, but it's something we're trying to encourage, because all of these championships coming up now, they want participation by the females. And we're trying to get people on board. We only have 4 to 5 females participating, but we always provide 3 prizes. And a lot of people are questioning why. For 5 competitors, we have 3 prizes, you know. But we got to encourage the females. We want more on board.
Okay, wonderful. All right, Mr. Ketwaroo, accountant in NAMILCO, and you've linked up with Roraima. What were the objectives, the main objectives when you started this relationship? What NAMILCO wanted to achieve?
Well, basically, NAMILCO on the whole wanted to get involved with sports. So at that time, with the sponsorship of the cycling event, you know, and then being coded the Wheat Up. Wheat Up is a product that's being used by athletes generally, and it's very rich in vitamins and minerals. So Wheat Up has been branded as the cycling race has been branded as the Wheat Up.
Wheat Up.
So being promoting our product as well and helping cycling in the other arena, it was our main objectives.
And you've satisfied with this relationship over 8 years, 10 years?
Yes, fair enough. Yeah, we've been satisfied, and you know, we've been trying to get more out of it as well. You know, encouraging the Roraima Bikers Club to get more cycling involved, cyclists, and so forth.
So how much NAMILCO has been plowing into this particular event?
Well, over the past 7 years, we've invested quite a lot. We've had riders from overseas, and we've that we paid accommodation from the company's expense. So every year the amount varies, right? But over the past 7 years, we invested quite a lot, and we're quite satisfied, with what's happening and what we're seeing. Hoping that in the future we get more, and we can do more.
Mr. Allen did mention that most of the top cyclists are from there now, so I guess there's one of the things that you can be satisfied about.
Oh yes, definitely.
All right, Mr. Afeez Khan, who's the marketing consultant at NAMILCO, I know he's been doing quite a lot of work advising the CEO or what have you. I guess you were satisfied too, sir.
Well, I'm satisfied in general. Just being able to sit with this mighty President Allen and see the interest shown in his activity, it's an admiration for people of such. And it's not an easy task to be a president of any sporting organization. It has its plus and minus. It has its plus when you're able to achieve and get a sponsor to look after your event. It has its opposition and its downfall when you find that people are not helping. And the effort this president has made, for the short time I've known him being at NAMILCO, I'm very happy that that he puts his effort into it. He did make reference to George Humphrey. George Humphrey is one of the top bakers in Guyana, Humphrey's Bakery. And if my memory goes right, I think Mr. George Humphrey has been a baker since he was about 12, 13, 14 years old. Mr. Humphrey has grown up in bread. And the relationship between Mr. Humphrey and NAMILCO is so knitted that nothing can separate it, not even the East can separate the two of them.
I see,
and Mr. Sokai and Mr. George Humphrey work very good close together. And had it been, and so because of Mr. Humphrey Bakery, and the relationship develop into what it is today, that we have about 70 cyclists, according to the President, from about 7 affiliated clubs. So NAMILCO has benefited tremendously by having these cyclists, these athletes in Guyana in general become aware of what is called wheat up. Wheat up is very nutritious, it's good for you. I mean, in the morning when you get up, instead of having roti and bread, make a cup of wheat up porridge. Let your wife put some milk inside. The night before you go to bed, instead of having roti or rice, drink a cup of wheat up porridge again. It makes you feel good. Your wife will be happy when you go to bed drinking wheat up porridge. She'll be a great lady. And vice versa.
The cyclists are happy too.
Cyclists are much more happy because the wheat up sends some power in the legs. And they have something that is good in the stomach, that is not too much fatty, that is very nutritious and keep them very healthy. And NAMILCO, as I must say, Mr. Burtsukai is my friend. We've been friends for a very long time, and we go back since 1973. So being a consultant is just a name, but he's my very close friend. And NAMILCO has made significant contributions, strides into sports in this country. Not only cycling. I remember we had a boxer, Clive Atwell, who I personally got a job for when I was president, as Navin was once the treasurer for our club. And we got NAMILCO to sponsor this young man and took him to Chicago. NAMILCO spent over $300,000 to take this little boxer to Chicago, where he did well. So it's not only cycling, we're in boxing. We're in cycling. We're in a lot of charitable organizations like the Red Cross, like the Rotary Club, the Lions Club. There's all these charitable organizations look forward to NAMILCO to make a contribution. So we don't only take money from the public for the flower, we make sure we put back something into any event that is considered